What's up everyone and welcome to FAQ number 81. Today's the day, yes, today's the day that I will finally shut the fuck up regarding my solo album. It's gonna be released today. It's 24th of March. Why on a Sunday, Ola, you asshole? Because, you know, labels, they like to release albums on Fridays or whatever. I just thought that a Sunday is just perfect because I'm Ola and I do whatever I want. So, yes. Anyway, knowing that you're fucking sick of me talking about my own solo album, I'll save that for later. Okay. But before we start the FAQ, we have two new guitars from Solar Guitars. They were supposed to be here in my hand, but they arrived to the port of Barcelona and the workers in the Barcelona port was on a strike. So they're not here, you just have to imagine what they look like. But it's the A 2.6 white and the S 2.6 white. Great, nice looking guitars, thank you so much. And Ola, why are you wearing your own merch? That is not cool. You know, I'm Ola, I do what I want. Cola. Cola! I'm so cool. Whoa. I mean, Kerry King has Slayer t-shirts on all the time. Nobody cares. I can wear my own merch if I want to. You can buy this from a link down there, Teespring. Great, first question. Just in Fussy Hat. Hi Ola, do you ever push a fart out real hard so it scratches a butt itch? Love you. Yes, actually it happens a lot. Thank you, it's amazing. Tommy Wills, hey buddy, I'd like to know what American metal bands you met or toured with and which were your favorites. Okay, so I've only done, I think, 3 US tours, and the first one was with Revocation and Dying Fetus, and the second one was with Wretched and Cal Decapitation, and I think the third one with my third one with The Haunted was with Decapitated and At the Gate, so not US bands. So Revocation is probably the fave band out of all those, just because I love the work ethics of David, and you know, he's just a sick frontman and guitar player, and ultra tight band. Sander, if you could choose one Swedish metal band to join besides the ones you are currently in, which would you choose? I think it's obvious it would be ABBA. Ryan Day 92. Oh, it's Ryan Day. He's the great Dimebag tone chasing god on YouTube. Go check him out, please. He's saying, the Downward Spiral 9-inch nails masterpiece. Listen front to back. Incredible. Okay, so we talked about 9-inch nails the past week. I asked for recommendations, and a lot of people suggested the Downward Spiral, among a bunch of other albums. I listened to it, and it didn't do anything to me. Sorry, it's just not up my alley. I tried. I actually tried. And maybe if it was still like the 90s and this album just came out, and it was probably mind-blowing at the time, but for me right now, it just didn't stick. Sorry. Matt R. Ola, what are your top 3 guitar mixing tips for fat guitar tone? I will give you one. And you know what that is? Let the bass guitar be apparent and significant in the mix, and that will make your guitar sound way fatter than if you would just, you know, scale off the bass and, you know, add bass to the actual guitar sound. Let the bass guitar be in the center, that grindy bass. It will help your thin ass sounding guitars sound kick-ass. Okay? It's a great tip for you. You know, if you want to know more, I have a couple of tutorials about this back in the day. I also, right now, I'm running a special series for my YouTube members. Oh, plugging the plugger, Ola, plugging bullshit into your ass. No, but I'm talking about my video series that I have exclusive for my members right now, where I talk about how I was producing and mixing Master of the Universe. And I think a couple of days ago I released the one where I talked about the bass, and the next one will be rhythm guitar. So, I mean, if you become a member, you still have a shot of looking at those videos. Great. Sibo Gengar, Ola, what do you think about Diezel Amplifiers? Diezel Amplifiers are great amplifiers, and I think my absolute favorite, what's wrong with my English today? I don't know, maybe I'm so excited because it's Sunday. It's Wednesday. The Diezel Herbert is definitely my favorite Diezel amplifier, and it's just really good. It's just good. It has some sort of compression in the low end that I can't really put my finger onto that really makes it a great amplifier. And I met the guy in person, Mr. Diezel. Don't remember, Diezel? Was it Kiesel? No, I definitely met both Kiesel and Diezel. Isa Tarik, Supple, I absolutely love the guitar tone on Winter. What amp cab setup do you use? It's so heavy. Cheers. Oh, similar question to last FAQ. That's also the 14 Satan that we used. And I think we recorded it in the Meshuggah studio. Me and Jockey went there and just recorded a bunch of cabs, and it sounds killer. Because I actually quad-tracked that album, which is not something I usually do. But for that album I did, and it sounded kick-ass. Thomas Alros, hey Ola and Louise. Since you said that Louise often suggests new music to you, I'm curious, do you play her your new music, for example your solo album, and get her opinion? Louise the criticizer. If she gets to listen to my music, yes. Like, she listens to my music exactly the same amount as I do, because she's sitting right there. So she's fucking sick and tired of me and my music. She fucking hates my music. No, I don't think she hates it, but she's definitely tired of it. No, I don't usually ask her for criticism, but maybe if there's a part where I'm uncertain, I might ask her, like, what do you think? And then she might say, like, hey, that sucks. And then I say, okay. And then I become sad. Neo guitar player YT, hey Ola, what is your opinion on the Schecter KM7 series? I love the MK1, MK2, I own one, and MK3. Okay, so back in the day I had a Schecter 7-string Elite guitar, and it was a horrendous guitar. This was probably back in 2004 or 5 or something like that. It was so awful. It was dead sounding. It had a thick ass neck, and it was just thick as a baseball bat, basically. And it was just, it was a terrible 7-string guitar, especially when I had like a Universe and, RG Ibanez 7-string guitars that were really easy to play. And I hadn't played a Schecter guitar since, and then I played Keith's guitar at NAMM, I think, and it's definitely the best Schecter guitar I've ever played. You can't compare it to the one that I tried back in the day. This was something different. This was an excellent guitar. Keith Merrow, by the way, has a new single out. It's absolutely kick-ass, together with Krim and Vogue of Decapitated. And it absolutely slays. If you haven't watched it already, go check it out. Up here, sorry, there. And I actually already have the album. That's Ola being Ola for you. It's because I have privileges. I'm Keith's friend. He's my friend too. Armin Grimm, greetings from Persia. Can you explain about Solar Guitar's neck profile? Because I really want to have one, and it's important to me. And by the way, I should thank you for all your efforts. You're doing a hell of a great job. Hope you sell tons of Solar Guitars this year. Oh, thank you so much. To describe the neck profile of a Solar Guitar, if you ever played an Ibanez guitar and you know about the wizard necks are kind of flat in a sense. The Solar necks are kind of similar, but they're a little bit more round, more C-shaped. They're definitely not as super thin as the Ibanez necks, but they're still thin necks. But they fill out your hand a little better, I would say. So yeah, there you go, Mr. Prince of Persia. Okay, next question. Greetings from Persia. Can you... Oh. Greetings from Persia. Can you please... Greetings from... Armin Grimm. What are you doing? Armin Grimm. Okay, I swear to God, this guy asked this question 7 times in this FAQ. I'm very, very close to banning your ass, Armin Grimm, who's the Prince of Persia. So do not do that again. That's a warning. But I'm not going to ban anyone because I'm not an asshole. I'm positive, Ola. Look how positive I am. I'm not going to ban you. Just don't do it again. Marco Chavez. Ola, Master of the Universe is awesome so far. Which was your first guitar? Greetings from Bolivia. Thank you so much. Long time no burp. Which was your first guitar? I had a Vantage guitar. I don't have a picture of the original look of the guitar, but basically that was my brother's and my sister's electric guitar that I borrowed, and none of them played the guitar, but since my dad is a guitar player, they kind of had that guitar just as a, I don't know, keep it around if, you know, my brother or my sister wanted to start playing electric guitar. But then I kind of adopted it and took over the guitar and started learning guitar on that Vantage. And then eventually, when I was in my refinishing phase, where I just refinished all the guitars that I had, I refinished like an Ibanez RG7 620, a couple of Ibanez PW540s, and also this Vantage guitar. And now it looks like this. I have a picture, I think. It is still somewhere. I don't know where though, but don't roll your chair on your toe. Stupid chair. I love you, chair. No, it's not your fault. It's positive Ola. Fucking fan. At least coffee is good. Ola, the liar, it's not coffee, it's water. Ola cannot lie. It's water in here. I just overdrank on coffee. I'm actually trying to quit coffee. No, Ola, bullshit. Just lying. Ola the liar. I cannot lie. I wish it was coffee. Okay, I Ola, big fan. Quick question. Has anyone really been far even as decided to use, even go want to do look more like? That's a great question there, Ake. Good job. Rocking Salty. Hi, Positive Ola. How heavy in kilos are your guitars? When will the single cut be released? How heavy is the guitar? Ola, the Finder Router. Let's go. I have one of these baggage weight thingamabobs that says hello, little baggage thing. Let's weigh a guitar, I guess. This is the FBR. Let's put the little thingy on there. Okay, let's see how much this is. Okay, this one is 3.5 kilos. Let's try the 7-string here. Come on. Okay, this is 3.3 kilos, so not that bad for a 7-string. And obviously, the weight of the guitar depends on a lot of variables. Sure, if you have like Evertunes that are a little bit heavier for bridges, it will become heavier. But it also depends on the slabs of wood that can differ in density. So, you know, to just say that a guitar weighs this and this and this, it's not really accurate because they can definitely differ in that sense. Okay, let's, for the fun of it. Oh, I'm having so much fun. You don't fucking care. I'm just gonna weight all my guitars right here. Oh, okay, this is a guitar with an Evertune bridge. Interesting. This one with an Evertune bridge, come on, you asshole, weighs 3.4 kilos. So it was the one with the Floyd Rose was actually a little bit heavier, but then again, I think that one is Swamp Ash and this Evertune is Mahogany. So there you go. It's a little bit different. Very interesting, if you care. Lane Baker. Hi Ola, favorite first-person shooter ever. Keep up the shog. Favorite shooter ever. That's a hard one, but I think it would have to be Doom 1 and 2, and also Duke Nukem 3D. I think those three are the ones that are the most important for me, because that's when I was growing up and just got blown away by all these first-person shooters, and I feel a burp was coming there, so that's why I took a little pause. Great, thank you. Dennis Harry. Hi Ola, I'm curious to know how you make a song in the composition. What's your approach for verse, chorus, bridge, and structure stuff? When you have an idea in mind, a riff comes out, how do you manage the all structure? I kinda, in somewhat different types of form, receive this question in almost every FAQ video, and I've been thinking about it a lot of times. How would I go about explaining how I would write a song? And I've even made some videos, you know, showing how I write riffs, trying to explain how it's done, but it's not easy. Like how do you know if something works together or not? I think the only tip I can give at this point is just to do more of it and just practice doing it, because the more you do it and the more times you fail and make a shitty song, next time you will make a song, it will be easier for you. Just like you practice something and practice speed, you also have to practice songwriting, and I think that's almost even more important than you know, technicality in that sense. So I don't know, maybe I'll find a good formula for making a video on how I will make a song sometime. I don't know. Subrenok. Hello, Mr. Ola. Here's a challenge to you to pronounce my Russian name. Okay. Ola Englund, Cyrillic Slayer. I am Anexahap Teneheko. First try, it was excellent, and it was 6 out of 10. Tutu Matu. Hi Ola. Tutu Matu. Nice name. Hi Ola, which are your 10 favorite albums of all time? Keep doing great videos. You know, this is a very, very hard question, and I was thinking about this a lot. I had to make a list. And when I decided this, I think that I chose albums that were kind of like, it's a mixture of best album and albums that are very important to me. I will not have a rating or like a 1 to 10. I will just name these albums and just call them out, okay? In no specific order. And I think first and foremost of all, I think Pantera. Like Cattle Smell, Vulgar Display, Far Beyond Driven, Great Sound, Trendkill. Those 4 albums are top 4 albums for me, basically. They are just so important to me, and I just love them to death. I can never grow tired of those albums. Machine Head, Burn My Eyes, incredible album from front to back. Probably Machine Head's best album was their first album, which is kind of like, it's kind of sad, I guess. But there you go. Slayer, Divine Intervention. How do you like that? That was unintentional, by the way. Dream Theater, I had to put a Dream Theater album in there. Not sure if it was Falling Into Infinity, which is my first Dream Theater album, or I think my absolute favorite album is probably Scenes from a Memory. It's just a complete opus of Dream Theater. It's just mwah. Every song, the concept is amazing. Every song is amazing. I think that is the perfect Dream Theater album. Even if Falling Into Infinity, I love it to death, because it's the first contact I had with Dream Theater. Obviously, I like all the earlier albums as well. Opeth, Blackwater Park. Oh my god, when I heard it the first time, it was the first time I heard growls being mixed with clean vocals. It was next level, basically. Mr. Bungle, California. What can I say? It's just an amazing album. I love that album to death. It just shows the genius Mike Patton at his best, I think. It's just like, oh, it's, yeah. Nevermore, Dead Heart in the Dead World. 7 strings. Guitar tone. Dual rectifiers. What can I say? It's a perfect album. Love it. Bolt Thrower for Victory. My first encounter with death metal was with Bolt Thrower, and as I said in the latest FAQ, through Warhammer 40k. I learned about Bolt Thrower, listened to them, and For Victory is a sick-ass album. Yeah, it's amazing. Entombed, Wolverine Blues, Swedish death metal, shit. A lot of people would probably disagree and say that Left Hand Path or you know, Clandestine or whatever the first albums were are a lot better. No, I much more like Entombed the way they were in Wolverine Blues. It's just an amazing. If you haven't checked out that album, it's groove metal at its finest, I guess. Symphony X, Divine Wings of Tragedy. Symphony X, amazing. Michael Romeo, amazing. Made me play a lot more guitar. Divine Wings of Tragedy is excellent. Go check it out if you haven't. And last but not least, I would like to mention the band Act and their album Last Epic, which is kind of like happy progressive metal. Just go check out that album. The songs are perfect. The concept is excellent. It's about an apartment complex, basically, and all the like the people that lives in there. It's just an excellent concept, excellent album, and a lot of really pristine guitar work there by a guitar player called Ola, but it's not me. He's way more talented than me. So there you go. Those are like 11 best albums that I think at the moment. This might change, and maybe I didn't give this as much thought as I wanted to, but there you go. It's a start, Ola. Good job. Joan Jose Fonseca Godoy. For the next FAQ, could you please play 99 from The Haunted for Riff of the Day? Riff of the Day! Yes, thank you so much for contributing to my channel. 99 from The Haunted, Riff of the Day. Very simple, D standard tuning, okay? And it's basically chugging. And it goes like this. Sorry, got carried away there. I guess you meant the intro riff, so. there you go, riff of the day. Shit, that was fun. That song is a lot of fun to play live. Unplay video games. Ola, has anyone ever told you that you look like a bearded lady? How to prevent being offended. McCoy Robinson. My opinion, but another Feared album would be amazing. Would you consider Theory to be a major influence on your playing ability? Cheers from Texas. I don't know any Theory at all, so no. 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 I do know some Theory, but you know, it's not something I sit and use and when I write songs. Hey Ola, is the album lit? It is lit. Deadpool. Hey Ola, you mentioned the Swedish word today hit a new low. So what's the Swedish word for queef? Swedish word today. Queef. And my wife out in that room will have to listen to this. But it's basically fittprutt. What do you like the Swedish word today, Louise? Yep.
That's a useful word.
It's a useful word. Roberta Federici. Hi Ola, I have a question for next FAQ. What were you feeling during the writing of Solar Part 1? I mean, how did you feel inside when you created that song? Thank you for the question. I wrote most of the song in a hotel room in Aarhus in Denmark when we were recording drums for the Exit Wounds the Haunted album. It was just a shitty ass room, I remember that. It was like a, you know, a fucked stained hotel room basically. It was shitty as fuck. And I sat there and wrote most of Solar Part 1. I don't know why, but I had so much inspiration at the time. Maybe it was because we were recording the Haunted album. But I was just sitting there, the music just kind of flowed out of me. Just like, you know, a queef, a fittprutt. Loic Joel, hi Ola, what are your thoughts on Stevie T? I know he gets a lot of shit, so I was wondering what your opinion is on him. I like Stevie T. I mean, he's silly, but that's kind of like the point of his channel. He's a good guitar player. He has some cool videos, but they're silly. He might be a little bit too silly at times. But, you know, that's his thing, and that's perfectly fine. I like it. Then again, I also saw he just had a video where he had a 20-string guitar. That's just stupid. I love it. Napalm 93. Ola, your solo album drops on my birthday. That's today. So dude, Napalm 93, happy birthday. Min enkel tulipan på mörkelsedan. Ktack knarab. Ktack knarab. Hi Ola, what does slidan mean? Does slidan mean? I know it's on Swedish. Love from Ukraine. It's the pussy. Great, that was the last question. And guys, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my album. It's available on Apple Music, you know, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. I also have a full album stream here on YouTube. I'll link it somewhere. And me and my wife has had a full-on carton fest for the past 5 or 6 days. Where we basically swam around in cartons, and my wife is out there packing. We've just been packing pre-orders all week. It's exhausting, but I love it. It's just, I'm just so happy with the amounts of support you guys have brought me. It's insane. I think my wife is out there. I'll bring my GoPro. You might think that this is a lot, but it's actually kind of cleaned up if you compare it to how it was before. But yeah, here's my wife. What are you packing right now?
Guitarist edition.
Okay. Awesome. How's these couple of days been? You want a divorce?
Yes.
I want a divorce myself. So, poor wife, at least she gets paid, so you don't have to worry, unlike my kids. But we're very happy that we got all the pre-orders sent out before the release, and hopefully you will receive them soon. And when you receive your shipment, upload a picture to Instagram and tag it with my name, I guess, or like Master of the Universe. Then next week or the week after, I'll pick someone to win one of these t-shirts, okay? So be sure to tag when you receive the album. Can you see how many subscribers I have? I have 323,187 at this point. I think less than 1% has bought my album, which is fine. It's okay. I understand not every people buy or pre-order albums, but this is your last chance. No, it's not your last chance. These will be available for a long time. If you want to support me and my wife in a good, proper manner, you can order my album. it's a very good way. I mean, since we're doing everything ourselves, it's a very good and direct way to support us. To everyone that has ordered the album, pre-ordered, thank you so much. I see a lot of people being excited for our album, which makes me excited. So with that said, I really hope you enjoy it. And I promise I will stop talk about my album. But you know, it's my life work, I guess, in some way. So I really hope you enjoy the album. And guys, thank you so much for this week. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next week. Okay, thank you. Bye.